play the music.
Alright, we are now live.
Is that loud as it goes?
I don't hear anything.
I saw.
Yep, it's on.
Their sound.
All I want you to do is back it on up like a U-Haul truck. I can tell what it is a love or lust. It's beyond the crush, it's adrenaline rush. Been packed in this room, all I see is us. Good groove, no fuss as it flows, it's such red wine kind of vibe. Guess I'm drinking too much. Reaching out to your mind, then I grab your hand. Do you truly understand how to treat a man?
What? Who is that?
When you step out, baby girl,
It always makes for good. It makes for good content. I don't know. I'm not mad at it.
I explain it to you, ma. I can't be alone.
You better ready to pull that camera.
Not the quote off the top. You see, you made me believe again. If you haven't been breathe again, go
Hey,
ahead, ma.
if you got a swivel, if you got a swivel,
Try to angle it up.
you got a swivel,
We'll get the clothes in the background.
screw the
Zoom
handle
in
to
if
the
you have
left.
to.
Yeah, you got to screw it, unscrew it, then turn it.
Yeah, you was violating it earlier.
Just ripping the fucking
Like
threads.
a pedophile. Just
Assaulting it.
yeah, molesting it.
Making love to your mind as we talk on the phone. I explain to you, ma. I can't be alone. Making love to your mind as we talk on the phone. I explain to you, ma. I can't be alone. You made me believe again. If you haven't been in me, go ahead, mommy, be with him. Go ahead, mommy, be with him. Go ahead, mommy, be with him. Red wine vibes as I'm in my zone. Red wine vibes as I'm in my zone. Red wine vibes as I'm in my zone. Red wine vibes as I'm
I'm so glad I wasn't drinking more. Yes, sir.
You have them? That's fine. It's all for podcasting. It's all for Spotify anyway.
Audio.
It's all for Spotify. It's fine. That's why we record good audio so I can. Alright, that's enough Baptist. You can transition. Shut up, Baptist. Tell Blue Label Johnny to shut up. Are we transitioning yet? What's going on? I'm professional.
Are we on the stream?
Our executive producers.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we are.
Oh, that'd be nice to know. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Like,
you said it and she did it, John.
yeah, but you still gotta get like
No,
a
she's
signal.
good. She listens.
No. You gotta get. If
If
it's
she had
good,
a problem, she would tell you.
if
but
she was
she
good,
didn't.
it was get a signal.
No,
Because
but
I'm
if she
sitting
had
here
a
don't know what's
problem-
going on.
If she had a problem, she would tell you.
No, just like at my wedding last night,
Here we go.
at the end, the officiant didn't go, "Hey, Mr. and Mrs." So like at the end of every wedding, they're like, "Hey, there's a presentation." He didn't do it, and he's sitting on the mic. He's like, "There's supposed to be music playing." No, sir, that's not what's happening. I play the music when you say, and I introduced you, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. and Mrs. He never did that part. He's like, "There should be music playing." No, motherfucker, you got it wrong. You got it wrong, motherfucker, and you got it wrong.
Sure.
On a lot of shit. Anyway, you know who it is. Blue Label Johnny, a.k.a. Premier Poppy in the motherfucking building. I catch flights, not feelings. You know what it is, cuz. So, I don't know who the fuck on the show with me today, y'all. I'll let y'all introduce yourselves.
Pebbles, aka Day Day. That's about it.
Sounds amazing.
Corleone, Mike Corleone, you understand? The face of it all. Fuck you, me. You gonna keep looking at me, or you gonna continue to talk?
So you talk.
I just introduced myself. Now it's your turn.
I don't know. Maybe you got more to say.
That's it.
What is the
I
face
am-
that says it all or something, but that doesn't say nothing? That what you say? What did you say? The face that...
Just the face.
Oh, just the face.
Saying,
What did
the
he say
face don't
something
talk.
Didn't he say something? The face
I don't know.
that
The face
says it all or some
yeah.
shit? Yeah,
I
right?
ain't say nothing.
Did he not?
Says it
I'm
all.
gonna rewind
Y'all
it. Oh.
rerun it.
We
Go
gonna rewind that.
Says it all.
Anyway, you know what it is. I wonder we're going to talk about. I know it's like 48 days too late at this point. It's like what happened last week. Was it last Sunday? I think
Last week.
it was last Sunday. Seems like too late, but fuck it. I don't give a shit. I got plenty to say about it. And I think Eddie Proof would approve. And that nigga want to say something. He said we basically did shows whenever he felt like saying something. So I think he would definitely approve. Anyway, back to the situation at hand. What happened? Somebody tell me what happened at the Oscars.
Well, first of all, I didn't know the Oscars were going on until I heard that Will Smith slapped Chris Rock in the face at the Oscars, and I said, "Oh, guess the Oscars are happening." So watch that shit, and Chris Rock made a joke as a comedian on stage and said, "See, oh Jada, nice to see you. Can't wait to see you in the next G.I. Jane movie."
I don't know if
For
y'all
those
know
who
that.
don't know,
Y'all know the undertone implications of that.
go on.
Demi Moore, who was in G.I. Jane, was sleeping with Ashton Kutcher when she was married to Bruce Willis, and as Jada Pinkett was sleeping with August Alsina
I just
as
feel it
she's
was a
married to
little.
Will Smith.
I guess we could
There were
clarify.
undertones. There were undertones
We
to
could've
the
definitely-
joke.
We could have clarified which.
Chris
which
Rock knew that.
sound
Y'all think it's
that.
that a corny joke? No. Layers, nigga. Onions to this motherfucker, boy.
We could have clarified which one we were stabbing at, her being bald or her sleeping with other people, but.
But that's why
neither
look,
here nor there.
that would have been crass to come out and just like address some shit like that, especially since he know Will and Jada. They've worked on shit like they've known each other for quite a long time. So but to make fun of his mouth, that's physical. That's open for. That's anybody knows. That's comedians can make fun of the physical. They're going to make fun of the physical.
I just don't think it's so funny when it's something medical. I don't know. That's just.
It doesn't have to be so funny, but for comedians, you can't say nothing's off the top.
I think they're maybe both in the wrong, and neither one are here nor there. Like Will Smith should have definitely not went up on live television and smacked him in the face because that's not what not what they want them to do there. But
I didn't show who here has smacked somebody over words. I mean, like not your friend, not your brother, a stranger. Who here, right? And let me tell you, I did too. I was wrong.
Will Smith says he's wrong too. And
Right.
That's
So,
just
but
being
there's no, but you
human.
can't defend that. Like words can never warrant.
It's just my thing. Like
physical
if
violence.
the options were him doing nothing when if he chooses to be the protective husband over his wife who cheated, and if we know Jada cheated, then Will Smith knows Jada cheated. So they've probably talked about that and moved past that. So it's really no one's business.
I mean,
if
but
she did what or
whatever,
not, but
whatever they got going on,
it's no one's business, honestly.
right? It's the only reason anyone even knows what the fuck they got going on because of Jada. All this motherfucker is exactly. He made a physical joke. You know what I'm saying about on the surface, which if you even look at the shit she was laughing at. It wasn't until like kind of a couple seconds. They have people videotape of showing her face laughing at the jokes and shit.
If that hurts her at any point, then it hurts her at
I
any
mean,
point.
yeah,
because
okay.
It's her medical condition.
Fine,
it's no one
okay.
else's.
Since everybody want to be so sensitive, that's fine. You know
But
what I'm
if
saying? I forget what.
then that's the world
You
we
know
live
what?
in.
I forget what age we're living in. Everybody's a titty baby and shit.
And if that's how it is, then that's how it is. I mean, but
Yeah, that's bullshit.
I
Like
just feel
words,
they're both.
words. No matter what words are said, it has to be something that you're connotating. Nothing that one human being can say to another person can warrant violence.
I understand that, and that's why I think that Will Smith could have definitely handled it in a better way. Maybe going
And
back
look,
and be like, hey.
And I really don't have a problem at the end of the day that like somebody says something about your wife, you want to handle the business. I think he could do it. I mean, like, but you out of pocket talking about you on social media advocating for that fucking behavior and shit, thinking that's right.
My option here is if there was either A, he does nothing about it, or B,
Yeah,
he
that is the
does
appropriate-
that about it.
That is the appropriate step. Nothing.
But that's what everybody does now, and that's just not okay.
Who
Like,
does nothing?
Everybody that you're saying right now should be done. Nice. Tax time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Text time.
Later.
Tax time.
Yeah,
Kenneth Wilkes said they're no better than the regular people that go to a comedy show. Be prepared to be made fun of.
Right. I mean, like,
Which I agree with, but if that's his choice, then I guess I don't say he should have done that. He should have maybe if it hurt him that much, then as he's sitting in his seat and said, "Keep my wife's name out of your mouth," maybe that's all.
And at
should've
the end of the
been done.
day, if it would have been The Rock up there, Dwayne Johnson, that made the same joke, Will would
Maybe,
he wouldn't have got up and smacked The Rock.
He was reacting to what he saw was wrong. So
No.
I
He
don't
reacted
think.
to what he could do in that situation. He knew that Chris,
I mean, he laughed.
ma'am, did you have a?
He did.
Exactly.
He did, and then
Until
he saw.
Jada gave him the look that said, "No,
Thank you.
motherfucker, you need
And
to
then
do
he decided to
something."
stand up for her, and that's his choice. If that's his
He
choice,
was
then that's his
scared.
choice.
Then he should have roasted him. What, like, when you're gonna go
Yeah.
slap the motherfucker, go make fun of Chris Rock. Don't fucking.
And he apologized.
He didn't
for
slap
what
your
he
wife?
did. And he
But it was
apologized for
definitely
what he did.
pre-planned
It
because
did. Like, the whole
then-
thing did. I will
then
say,
Chris Rock's
the
gone.
crux of it all is it all
Wow, he said, "Yeah, wow." Will Smith just walked up and smacked me in
And,
the
like,
face.
But then
he had his hands behind his back.
It's all sold out.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been sold out if he wouldn't have got slapped.
Well, either way, I mean, it happened, and he apologized for it. They both did. So I don't know. I mean, Will Smith
I'm
said
just saying.
Will Smith said he was in the wrong. For
I
that,
have- look,
so I just don't
I
know
have
how
no
to-
problem with the behavior. Somebody who likes to make fun of motherfuckers, feel free to come and
And he
try
said
and smack me and see what the fuck happens.
If Chris Rock,
Jada got mad because Will missed the cue. That's what it was. She was laughing. He was supposed to get up and smack him. They had it all planned out. He missed the cue to go smack the nigga. She was like, "The fuck is you doing?"
and it came
then
up
he got
quick,
up.
but I mean, whatever. Either way,
That's really what happened.
he apologized for his actions, and so did Chris Rock. So
Will
they
Smith's a
admit that
bitch.
they're both
At the
in
end
the
of the day,
It
at the end of the day, that
I
nigga's a
don't believe
bitch.
so.
You could have
but
really
his
fought
bone
without the
gristle.
cameras.
I don't believe that, but we can just
That nigga's a
agree to
bitch to
disagree
his
for
bone
that.
He
gristle.
resigned
Yes.
from the academy too. He
Give a
he out
fuck?
though.
You know, what the fuck is the Academy? Who gives a shit about the Academy? Like, you know, like, I don't know, this is a weird segue, but like the Grammys, fucking Jay Prince, I don't know if anyone here is familiar with Jay Prince.
Sounds familiar.
He is the owner of Rap-A-Lot Records. It was a Houston-based record label that did a bunch of shit. Jay Prince is a goddamn business. I'm not even gonna say gangster because that nigga's a businessman at this point. He's a solidified, like, put a stamp on it. He's putting on a fucking concert at the same time as the Grammys with a bunch of fucking artists who have, like, fucking Nicki Minaj. Her rookie year, she had 10 songs. She was on 10 songs in the fucking in the billboards and lost to a motherfucker who had one song, and I don't even know his name or who. That motherfucker ain't gone on to be nobody, done nothing, and they didn't give it to Nicki Minaj the year she, like, her rookie year when she was on 10 so he got Nicki and a bunch of motherfuckers doing like a big ass concert in Las Vegas the same time as the Grammy. Like, fuck the Oscars, like, who gives a shit what they say or what, like, dude, they didn't give Will Smith that shit for because of King Richard or whatever. It's for whatever they owed him for Ali or what. That's what they always fucking do. They giving actors awards for shit they should have fucking gave them. So fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Fuck all that shit. You don't make movies to fucking win Oscars. You make movies to make good fucking movies. You make songs to make good fucking songs.
Right.
Fuck the Grammys, fuck Oscars, fuck all that shit. Or fucking, but more importantly, make your own fucking award shows. Fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Fuck all this shit.
I agree. I heard Netflix is not putting Will Smith's movie on there.
I mean, like, to me, that's dumb. Like,
It's a rich group of people celebrating more rich people.
yeah, I mean, exactly. That's all. I mean, like, and it's like an exclusive part. Like, fucking Jim Jeffries. I don't know if y'all know who Jim Jeffries is.
I'm not familiar.
Jim Jeffries is one of my favorite stand-up comedians. He's also an atheist. So there's some, and like, as much as I love action movies and violent shit like that, he's also kind of like a pacifist. Like, he, like, which guns go. I'm the same way. Like, I'll own a gun, but if the whole world was like, hey, let's get rid of guns, then yeah, as long as everybody get rid of guns. But anyway,
people have them. I will.
right? Like, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm American. As long as I have the Second Amendment, I will. You know what I'm saying? I will gladly enforce everybody to do it. But anyway,
Right.
Jim Jeffries he has like a podcast, and he fucking was on there, and basically was saying like, fuck the Oscars. He's like, they don't fucking take stand-up comedians seriously. He's like, there's not even a best comedy like award. There's not a best comedic performance award. He's like, here's the bottom line. He's like talented actors, whatever, Oscar awarding actors, he's like, they can't do what we do. Comedians often go and give could be Oscar-worthy performances, but you don't see fucking Oscar-worthy actors going and then doing successfully doing Dumb and Dumber or like Pet Detective. Like the motherfuckers can't do that shit. And like he's on some like fuck them, because like they don't support us. They don't like take us seriously. So why the fuck should I even give a fuck what they fucking talk about? He's like, yeah, of course they should like ban Will Smith or whatever the fuck. He's like, dude, you can't assault somebody. He's like, all we do is host their award shows, and what do they even do for us? I was like, yo, that's the entire like in the modern history of the Oscars, like been televised. You've had a stand-up comedian, whether it's some white bread, motherfucker that only white people know or whatever, but it's always a stand-up comedian.
I've heard just a bunch of things that either A, it was all scripted, or B, Chris Rock gave the script that he said he was going to read and then went off script to go ahead and make that joke towards her. And I just, kind of whichever way it goes would more so hold my opinion towards the matter. I just felt, A, don't slap somebody on public television. It gives the wrong message. I mean, and B, I don't think medical conditions are for joking, but if you're at a place where comedians are going, then I guess, I don't know.
To me, on some minority shit, that nigga shit, like, he should have caught Chris Rock
in the parking lot.
Everyone who's saying who turned,
Anyway.
everyone
He
who's
know
saying that he turned
he knew he was
into
gonna
a
see
joke,
Chris Rock at whatever party. They I'm sure them niggas
And
was
I understand
going to the
that.
same parties.
But everybody who's saying he Will Smith turned it hood or did if it was turned hood,
He is from Philly though.
But if it was turned hood, then there would have been a fight on the stage, and they both would have been carted away in cop cars for assault charges. Like, that was not turned hood. How Chris Rock handled it was professional, and how Will Smith walked away, but he shouldn't have gone up there in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, cause like, dude, I seen the right,
if it was
I seen
turned
the
hood, then
the conservative Christians running with that shit. Like, I was like, that's what when I heard about it, I was DJing, I wasn't watching the Oscars.
But just
Somebody like Will Smith just smacked. I was like, are you fucking serious? I was like, is that staged?
I feel
I was
like
like, are you fucking serious
the
right now?
people making the racist comments saying he did what all the white people wanted black people to do. That's just the people making those comments are the ignorance in that comment speaks for its fucking self though, because
It
that's
does,
just,
but
that's
if it was two white
ridiculous.
dudes, the conversation would be entirely different.
Facts.
I mean, it probably would have been just saying he did what everybody wants him to do. Like I don't.
Look,
the
I mean, like,
ignorance in that statement is just.
I don't know how many
speaks
times.
volumes over what
I don't know how many
people
times that it sucks to be online trying to conversation with people talking about systemic racism. But every time that I be talking to people about racism in person, the thing is, motherfuckers, they be like blah 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 blah. I'm like, yeah, systemic like that's the thing is like. But so when they see, like, the reason for systemic racism is so that motherfuckers will act like. Of course, motherfuckers gonna be drug dealers and thugs and shit when you fucking put them in a fucking poor ass area. So exactly, when they see Will Smith smacking Chris Rock, I told you,
I just
niggas
see
don't
that.
know how to act in
I
public.
think
Like, I mean,
that statement
that's what
is
they
more-
fucking want to do. That's what they want
I
to
think
do.
the people making that statement though, the ignorance in that statement just speaks volumes upon what they're talking about though. I just that person is just stupid. Like that, they're not giving that
Of
power.
course.
The people who
But-
chime into that are giving them the power.
But here's the
really.
thing is that what's right and what's wrong is irregardless of color lines. You know what I'm
But
saying?
that's
Like,
what they're failing to understand because.
right.
either
So
way
you
the
got to
same
do what's
story.
right regardless of of the situation. Like that's what real morality means is that like you don't do something to appease somebody. You do something right because it's the right thing to do.
Well,
So
I
like,
mean, Will
and in that
Smith
situation,
said-
but here's the thing is the wrong behavior also is ammunition for, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you did the right thing in that situation, get what the motherfucker's gonna say.
Right. I understand definitely both sides, but I just felt if I forgot what I was about to say. Let me try to remember.
Hey,
Yo.
What
what
are you
is
thinking about that? Dink said he was laughing until the hoe gave him the stink eye.
But if that's how he chooses to Will Smith already apologized and said, "I'm sorry, I'm human," and I had a reaction. If I had a second to think about it, then I probably wouldn't have done it that way. And everybody can remember a time
But-
when they would have wished
and
they
see,
handled
but here's the
the
thing
situation
that I don't
better,
forget,
though.
like even the
And
fact
social
that
media is never gonna
even the
let us
fact
forget
that like
anyways.
she put a I seen a meme where they were like, I don't know if anyone's seen Winter Soldier, the Marvel movie.
Yeah.
You know the
The
code
Captain
word.
America shit.
The code word they gave him to activate him in the burger. I see somebody with a meme like she's looking at him and it says the freight car. Da 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 da. Like it's code. I was like, man, Tamika. I was like, dude, like the woman that wants you to go do that, don't give a, like that's the thing. Is like she don't give a fuck about you. That's the bottom line,
someone
man.
commented in your post, and someone we know, and she says that when I understand where he's coming from because my kids will make jokes about my medical condition. That's fine, whatever, and he may laugh at them too, and that's cool. But maybe they say something that's hurtful to me, and he laughs for a second and looks over and sees that I don't think it's funny anymore. Then he gets onto the kids for that joke. Then
Okay,
but
but
I feel like
that's
it's the same.
entirely different.
I don't think it's a medical condition.
That's a situation of that's a parenting situation. But we're talking about a person that owes you
if they're usually
nothing.
okay with that, if they're usually okay with that behavior, and then something hurts her, then it's a different situation.
Fine, but again, that's a family issue. That needs to be addressed. Exactly what you're concerned about needs to happen. But when you don't know this person owes you nothing. That is something you literally ignore.
I feel like even if Jada was sitting at home and this joke was made, it might not have been blown into proportion like that because the way the cameras turn to her and her face is just like eye rolling in disgust. Like, I can't believe you said
what up,
something
Tut?
like that. If she was sitting at home and didn't have the cameras all turned to her when the comment was made and she got put publicly embarrassed, I just feel like publicly embarrass somebody with something they cannot control is just not a line for joking. I don't know. If she was sitting at home, then maybe it was different. But she was literally there, and she gets all cameras turned to her, and everybody can see.
Hey,
like,
what did I text you on Instagram?
Me?
Yes, there was some. I texted you a meme that.
Well, I saw this meme about the whole situation that was like, this is the exact reason that Kanye didn't get invited because he beat the fuck out of that nigga had he said something. It was just funny. Don't nobody believe Kanye gonna beat somebody else, but it's just
The one that ain't
He
gonna
can't
lie.
run nowhere in those goddamn space boots he be walking around in. The fuck, bloop 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 bloop. Ah! He can't run in them. Oh, that okay. We were talking about. I'm retarded.
The Jim Jeffries thing, yeah.
Hey, you said you had a topic that you want to talk about today.
Oh yeah, why religions have a consequence?
Oh,
Like hell.
no, go expand on it. What you talking about? What does that mean?
I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, if you know what I'm saying, like pastor, your mother wants you to believe in Jesus, like why can't it just be because he's gonna do something or can help, lead your way, and not why if you don't do this then you're going to hell, or you know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, I feel like I understand, but because people say it is. Yeah, I mean, like that. If you understand, like Revelations, like the only real understanding about hell is in Revelations, and like if you know the history of the Bible, like Revelations was like this close to not being added. If you take Revelations out of the Bible, then the whole message of Jesus or like the God story is kind of different. There isn't a promise of eternal damnation. There isn't a promise of whatever. There is some kind of like, you should do this and live a certain way, but it takes away that end game. And then there are people that believe Revelations was talking about events that already happened, not about like
What's going to.
there's a lot of misconceptions about Revelation. There are people that literally talk about it's about the fall of Jerusalem. So again, if you just take the whole book out, then this God hell thing is kind of different because that's the only place that it was ever really discussed what you had to do, where you had to go. So I'm someone who does not believe in the existence of gods, but what I do know with 99% certainty is that the book of Revelations is a book written as an afterthought to Christianity, meaning there is no validity to anything in that book. Whether you believe in Jesus or not, Revelations has nothing to do with Jesus. Nothing to do with any of that.
What's so funny?
Tuck, he asked, what you drink to John? Tea and vodka?
A little, Arnold Palmy alert! Arnold Palmy alert!
But the short answer, yes.
Short answer.
But my question, I don't know a lot about a lot of religions, but do all religions have a punishment for if you don't
No.
follow? Is
So, like-
Christianity the only one, or is there
No. Like there's lots of like. Here's the thing: is if you really know about the history of religions, Christianity is modeled after other ones that carried before it. Like,
Right.
I mean, like I'm sorry, like Judaism in itself is only about 4,000, 5,000 years old. Hinduism is like 6, 7, 8,000 years old.
Right.
Then like some of the like Chinese history goes back like 12,000 years. So like Japanese and Chinese history goes back like several thousand years. So like and some of their shit was all kind of about elevating the mind, and like it almost seems like they kind of like purged hell or whatever out of their like belief system, and it's all, and then like Hinduism is almost the same shit. Like Hinduism and Buddhism are like they like share like a common, almost kind of like history, like Christianity and Hinduism, or Christianity and Judaism share a common ancestry. Buddhism and Hinduism kind of share like roots, where like they kind of now Hinduism has God beliefs, but like the reincarnation and this like system of elevation, like they came out of like the same systems. But it's like the Buddhism people like kind of like they call like what was God's spirits. So they don't, that shit's not like, they don't believe in gods, but they believe in
worship.
Right, yeah, they don't worship anything. Like they believe like life is what life is, and
Right.
your goal is just to be the best self
Yeah.
you can be, because that is just what you should do. And like based on that is how you like may even like reincarnation, you may have a better place in reincarnation, or like the shit you do, you may be like a dung beetle, you know what I mean? Like rooting around and shit. If you're shit, like, you know what I'm saying?
That just reminded me of a conspiracy video. I watched, because I'm all about that shit. And they were talking about if we live in a simulation or not. Like, do you think, like, they were talking about whether someone's controlling everybody and we're all in the same simulation, or if someone's just in your mind and they're playing just your character and you're in part of a simulation. Like, but he says, basically what he says that he believes it's a group simulation, that we're all in the same parts. And he says there's this theory about Brahman is his name. I don't know what, if
That's some Hinduism shit, bro.
and he says that he was living on the earth and that he got bored of what he was doing because he knew everything. He had no questions or answers. He had all the answers to everything. So he broke into 1 billion pieces, and the pieces would be the people, and that we're put here to be like living our own experience. And at the end of the experience, we all realize that we're part of the same thing, which would be him, and that you eventually like share your experience with everybody. It's a whole. I don't know what I.
See,
It's a whole
like,
thing.
To segue back to what Eva Mike is talking about, why does religion, like, everything is contingent with what you can prove. Because, like, I can't say, like, I have a belief, I mean, like, I want to believe that gods don't believe, because based on my current evaluations, it doesn't make sense. I can be wrong. That's not my gods don't exist. It's my current thought process based on actual evidence that gods don't exist. That does not mean gods don't exist, but that's just what it shows. So the same thing as like as anything else.
Until we know.
It's like, yeah, I mean, like, whatever you can show is whatever you can't. Like, it doesn't mean that that's not the case. Like, look, rest in peace to my brother. Like, I have no reason to believe a heaven is, but if it turns out there is, and I get to, like, you know what I'm saying, I get to hang out with my brother again, like, fantastic. But I have no reason to believe that's the case. Other than some people say I have a feeling and a book says a thing. And that's just not how reality works. Like medicine and science doesn't work because someone goes, I think. No. You do shit, and shit tells you that that's what the case is. What like the bad parts about religion. Like, hell is just as likely as hell not being likely. There are religions, there are all kind of religions that have hell, religions that don't have hell. And if you don't show, no one religion can show that they're right over another one, that means their hell carries no more weight than any other religion, right? You know what I'm saying? Like here's the thing is, like, regardless of science, religion, whatever you believe, the universe started at a central point we call the Big Bang. We have no idea what happened
to make that happen
before the second before creation happened. Like, no matter how long you think the world, like, if we've been around for billions of years, or like young creationists think we've only been around here for 4,000 years.
There was probably no concept of time before the Big Bang.
But that's the thing is, like,
this shit is so weird.
It is so. And like, here's the thing is, like Christians will be like, so you believe that life came from nothing? Well, guess what? So do you. If you believe in God, you believe God created everything out of nothing. There's not a person who could have a belief that something came from nothing. Whether you're a Christian or not. Like, if God doesn't have a form,
somebody
Natty
get
Cakes.
mauled by a
Natty
dog.
Cakes.
I think
getting
Matthew
attacked.
just died.
She can tell us about that.
Wait,
Okay.
what?